Women crushing it Wednesday, they feeling undefeated. Queens of the ring like Christine is. If you get in the ring with Christina, you might catch a beating. Just tune in, you gon' have to see it. Stand up if you with us, if not, to be seated. You seen them in every arena. Eddie and Nika, who really got something to fight for. Everybody saying they're the GOAT, who the one that slayed the Chupacabra. Your favorite girls.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesdays. Yay, yay. Your favorite girls in the house. We're all in our Roots of Fight gear today on this beautiful Wednesday.
Roberto Duran tank top.
Yes.
That
Mickey Ward. Who you got, Crystal? Yeah, I like that.
Just the Roots of Fight.
I need that. It's cold over here in Texas.
It's
really
cold out here in Iowa for sure.
Riding Yogi.
I bet. Hi, Riding Yogi. Thank you. Oh, okay. So before we get started, I'm getting this little notice on Instagram, Nika. I'm trying to figure out.
That's what I say. It tells you to go live, so then you got to go live on there.
Okay, because it's not letting me log in on my computer.
But but you did get a notification though.
Yep. A problem occurred. It's okay. We're gonna figure it out for next show.
All right. So next time you know that when you get the notification and you just go live.
It's time to click. Okay, perfect. I love it. Before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to Arthur de Tere that did our wonderful thumbnail. We look so amazing in that picture. And then also for Kush with a C, who does our intro. So I will say that next week we're going to have a different intro. Somebody else is blessing us with an intro, and also our screen is going to have all three of us instead of just the two of us. So we're changing things up.
Sorry, Crystal.
We're changing things up. So Nika, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Drinking my water and minding my business. Pissing boogers and chupacabras off. The usual. The usual.
You just by you existing that messes with them. But Crystal, how are you doing this evening?
I'm well, thank you. I'm very well.
Good.
Gearing up for another Golden Glove season.
Yeah, we just got over ours. But yeah,
good.
Good luck.
Now you'll go to the regional?
Now we're gonna go to state and then national. We went to regional, we're doing state, and then we're doing because we're so big, we have so many LBCs. Yeah, and then we'll go to nationals. Yeah, so I'm excited. We got done with regionals though. We've had it's like the thing is we make plans to talk about things and then things change. But we're going to go ahead and touch on the things that we were going to talk about. Like for one, we had Top Rank card last weekend, and we also had Golden Boy card. And I definitely want to give a shout out to Golden Boy because I thought it was amazing the way they paid respect to the late Joel Jacino from Boxing and Barbecue. They had him all set up in Media Row.
That was Top Rank, right?
Yes, it was Top Rank. It was Top Rank.
It was this right here. Yeah, this was so nice. This was like, that was such a touching thing. That was really nice of them to like.
It really was. It's absolutely beautiful. It's still hard to believe, but God bless his soul. But I thought that was really amazing that they did that for him. He was a vital part of Boxing and Barbecue. He was a friend of ours, and he's definitely missed for sure. But going on with the Top Rank card, I want to talk to y'all about Nico Walsh. Crystal, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts on Nico? Nico Walsh.
A lot of people hold him to a higher standard because of his name, because of his family, so on and so forth. But I will say that you don't find a much better matchmaker than who Top Rank have in Brad. Brad is in the Hall of Fame for a reason. And I believe that team guide them, provide them with the resources they need to be successful. And we are seeing that at this level, perhaps Nico is not a contender.
Yeah. Yeah. Al Powell, we are supporting the
Yeah,
women.
you know,
But you know what? Are they supporting
relax.
us? Are they watching us? I'm just saying we support
Yeah,
everybody.
we
We
can't
do have a
cancel
show.
our show. I mean, this is come on, man.
No, we're gonna go back and watch it when we're done. But thank you. Thank you though. Thank you. We didn't know that they were fighting tonight. But anyway, uh, I think you're right. I think you're right on both points. Nika, what what are your thoughts? I mean, Nico.
I mean, I didn't really think I didn't overrate him or nothing like that. So like, just because I feel like somebody has your last name, that doesn't, for me personally, doesn't stamp you as like, oh, you're gonna be good. But so, be honest, I'm not surprised. This usually the family members or the sons or whatever, they don't ever live up to the name of the family member that they're
Unfortunately.
fighting behind. So I'm not surprised. I feel like it seemed like I didn't get to watch his fight. So but I saw a lot of comments on Twitter that was saying like, oh, it seemed like Top Rank was kind of like pushing him to like setting him up for like commentating, which he probably would be good at. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the fight, so I can't really like say if he looked bad or not. But I'm not surprised what everybody's saying, because just because he's has a last name doesn't mean he's automatically gonna be good. So you gotta get out of that.
That's true. And it's there's like a little like inside joke that coaches say,
He
you know,
said it right there. Nico's a great commentator, in my opinion.
yeah, I think so. I think he would be. There's like a little inside joke sometimes when we get guys in the gym or guys in camp or guys somewhere, and they're just so nice. It's like, but he's just such a nice guy. You know, nice doesn't get you not beat up, doesn't get your hand raised at the end of the bout. So it's like, yeah, he's nice. Let's let's go ahead and let him see what else he can do, like the commentating. Obviously, he wants to be in this world of boxing, you know, to carry on somehow his dad's legacy. Well, he can make, I mean, his grandpa's legacy. He can make his own legacy. Strive to be the greatest commentator or historian or whatever. You know, I mean, we got our own things, you know, that we can do.
Steven Daniel said, it says Nico got beat. He's a better commentator than a fighter, in my opinion. And Jared Anderson looked like.
Oh, we're gonna touch on Jared. We're gonna touch on Jared. Crystal, did you get to see Jared's fight?
Yes, I do.
Ali. Oh my God, people are crazy.
But I think that the most important thing we pull from that fight is his body language. Do he truly want to be here? Is he being forced to be here? Do he need to be here for the fight, or do he have the fight in him still? I don't know the answer to those questions. And he was not exactly willing to give those answers after the fight either. So I don't know where he stands. I don't know what his mental health is. We know that have been an issue before. You know, I'm not sure what to think of Jared Anderson at this point. What do he want? Do he know what he wants?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you get to see it, Nika?
No, because I went out with my sister, because I was on Valentine's Day, so my sister and I went out to eat. But I came home like just in time for like the main event.
Yes, the main event.
Yes, but I was like on Twitter trying to keep up or whatever. But what I did, I feel like nobody should be surprised, because I feel like he's expressed the fact that he's not really, his heart is not into boxing. So he's doing it for the money. So my thing is, well, my question to you ladies and the chat is like, how do you feel about like fighters just wanting to be in boxing for the money and nothing else, just for the money?
For me personally, it's too dangerous. It's like saying, you know, I want to walk on a tightrope, you know, 500 feet in the air just for money, you know, or I want to be a window cleaner for the, you know, highest building in New York just for the money. It's like, this is a life or death sport. Mm-hmm. You cannot just do boxing for the money. It has to be a passion. It has to be your craft. You have to be a student of the game. That's my opinion.
How about you, Chris?
I mean, there are lads out there that don't have any other way. They don't have the education. The only thing they know is to fight. So I rather they fight in the ring as opposed to outside the ring and find themselves in the jail cell, right? So, but Jared have options here. I feel like surely he have some investments. Surely he have some ways to make the money other than the boxing. That is my feeling, my thought, and that's potentially why he's not all heart when it comes to the boxing world. I'm not sure. I just don't know.
You know, Crystal has a great point. You know, if the only option is to, you know, go to the streets or whatever. And that's why, you know, like people like myself and other friends and people that I know and people volunteer like Crystal, you know, at gyms and you have your gym. But the thing is this too, on that, there's a flip side. There's people out there, and I've known them, and I know you've both known them, that will use these guys for their own benefit, to cash out on them, and then these guys get hurt. So if there's no other option, I just pray to God that they find somebody that's going to take care of them and love them, you know, to really monitor their career, because it is life or death. And honestly, I give people, you know, advice to not come in the gym if you're not coming in here, you know, because you want to, whatever your goals are in boxing. If you're just coming to make money, I've got guys like that, and I'm not going to put them in the ring because they're going to get hurt, you know, and the money's not even that much in the beginning. You don't make shit.
Yeah.
I've had boxers that made $1, $1,
$1.
$1.
There's boxers that pay to fight.
Yes.
They're not getting paid at all. They pay
Yes, they either
for an
pay
opponent.
or they get paid $1. Like I'm telling you, there's so much stuff, so much. So I don't suggest people be a boxer unless they really have the passion. And speaking on Jared, you know, so Jared and Tiger Johnson, I know them both. I'm bringing up Tiger Johnson because they were both on Team USA at the same time. Jared turned pro before Tiger did, but they both had the same coach at one time. And then they left the coach. It was actually Kay Karoma, who was also, you know, with Michaela and some other guys. And now they're with Prentice Jr. Prentice Jr., very lovely coach. He's young. He's getting these big opportunities with these big names with Jared Anderson and Tiger Johnson. Both of them right now, I'm not going to blame the coach. I'm not going to blame them, but there's something there where they're both looking a little stale, in my opinion. If we look at their last fights, they're looking a little stale. Jared, like you said, Crystal, his body language is telling you he doesn't want to do it anymore. But Tiger doesn't have that body language. But I don't see any growth from either one of these guys, in my opinion.
Do you think it's because maybe the competition is getting a little tougher and maybe Tiger's not?
I think the competition is getting tougher, as it should, but you have to.
He should be progressing as well. Yeah.
You should also be progressing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, people do get hurt in that. And my thing is, I feel like I'm kind of like 50-50 because I'm like, you have fighters who like they give their blood, sweat, and tears and they make pennies. And then you have somebody who really doesn't give a fuck and he's getting paid millions of dollars. But
exactly.
That's kind of like the YouTubers though. Like the YouTubers that are coming in there, they didn't put the blood, sweat, and tears in there, but they're getting paid more than professional boxers that have been doing this their whole life. So
exactly. And speaking of someone who has I feel is elevating and progressing is Abdullah Mason. Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw his performance and I thought he looked great. And it seems like every time, you know, he steps in the ring, he elevates.
Yeah, Abdullah is really showing that he has some potential here. The one thing I would say about Tiger Johnson and Jared Anderson is also we are no longer in the amateurs. So we are in the professional world, and sometimes that transition from the amateur to the professional, it don't go as well as they expect it to. Mm-hmm. So whether their business is not right, I mean, in regards to Tiger, I think he last opponent, he don't even make weight, right? So we can't blame Johnson for that. But
No.
some lads aren't moving properly because of business. Some lads aren't
Right.
moving properly because their style don't work with the type of boxing they're trying to do.
Right.
So I think that's part of it. And then again with Jared, it have to come back to the mental as well. Your heart have to be in it. If your heart is not in it, we have other situations we need to take care of.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear it because I was kind of going in and out, but I was being told that Jared was like, "Oh my gosh, it's 10 rounds." I don't want it to go 10 rounds.
Oh God. And then I see Brown Oz, he says that and I think Trill said it too, that Anderson's calling out for a rematch with Piccoli. But if he's not in it, if his heart's not in it, he don't need no rematch with Piccoli. He don't need no rematch with Piccoli, because same thing is gonna happen and maybe worse. So
Exactly. Exactly. And then we also had, I mean, we were spoiled this weekend. We had Golden Boy card, Darius, who we've had, Fulgham, who we've had on the show. He was on. He stopped his guy. I believe it was the second round. That he did it.
I think that's Thrill's Boxing's brother that was fighting him.
Okay, Thrill.
Yeah,
okay.
We had him on the show one time where he's in the chat. That's his brother, I think, that he fought. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay, Thrill. Okay, I didn't realize that was his brother. Yeah. Okay, well. Oh, okay. Oh my God! Please don't remind me. Okay,
I'm sorry, Thrill.
You know what? Okay, it wasn't as bad as y'all saw on TV.
And I really said that. I'm gonna be honest. I really said that so Christine wouldn't go too hard on your brother.
No, I'm not gonna go hard. I'm just gonna congratulate Darius. I'm gonna congratulate Darius. And you know what? Yes, listen, fourth round. My bad. I said 2. My bad. Thank you for correcting me.
Don't take them 2 rounds from my brother.
Right. He was still there. No, you know what? But one thing that I always say is I respect anybody that steps in the ring. Okay. You put in the work, you show up, you get in the ring under the bright lights. So respect to your brother. Okay. And congratulations to Darius. But then let's talk about the main event. Oh my goodness. Crystal.
Just in time for it.
What'd you think, Crystal?
You talking Golden Boy or Top Rank here?
I'm talking Golden Boy.
So
Arnold Barbosa.
Oh yeah. Barbosa.
And Catterall.
Yeah, I don't pay too much attention to that one. Sorry.
So good.
Congratulations. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, you got to go back. You got to go back. Unless you did watch it, you just don't want to really say how you feel about Arnold. I don't know. Or
so no, I don't pay too much attention. I was doing other things at the same time. But so tell me, was it an exciting fight? Because
I was excited about it. I thought it was, because honestly, I was like praying to God they were not going to steal it from Barbosa, because anytime that he threw a shot, he would throw 3 punch combinations. The commentators would not say anything. And then Catterall would throw something and it wouldn't even land, or it would barely graze Barbosa. And everybody's just, oh my God, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're going to rob him. They're going to rob him.
Well, part of the reason perhaps I don't watch is because I was expecting a Barbosa to win. So I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting them to try to even rob.
Only because he was over there in Catterall's house. That's why, it was that. Here, I mean, I knew Barbosa hands down floating through, in my opinion. But over there, it's like, you never know. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Nika, what did you think about it?
So, to be honest, it wasn't like, like you're at the edge of your seat type fight.
Yeah,
but it was like a close, like
very competitive,
a good fight. It's like a good fight,
Yeah.
But like you said, like no matter what Barbosa was doing, like they were not acknowledging whatsoever. So I already thought the fix was in the way they were commentating, because like
me too.
Catterall would throw a punch and wouldn't even land and be like, oh, and I'm just like, relax, buddy, relax. I'm not saying what you're seeing. You're showing your bias. Like, damn, I'm like, oh, they're gonna cheat Barbosa. But I feel like, me watching as a fan, I feel like he did enough to win. So he, I was like, they can't rob this man.
Yeah,
And they didn't, and I was surprised that they didn't rob him
me
because of the
too.
commentators. I feel like the commentators in the crowd,
Yeah.
and sometimes like the crowd sways the judges, but it shouldn't. The judges should be paying attention to the actual fight. So I'm congratulations to him though, because he's been trying to he's been calling out. Last time we had him on the show,
Yeah.
it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
He
we got
was
to get him
calling
back
out
on.
Teofimo. So he's been calling out Teofimo for he's been trying to get a shot that he got last weekend. And I'm glad that
He has. And that's the next subject. I mean, is Barbosa Tio's kryptonite? Because he doesn't pay him any attention. What is it? Is it personal? Is it business? What is it?
But see, look, Rico is, he's from the UK. Of course, he's gonna say Catterall should have won.
Of course,
Yeah, sure.
we know you're gonna say that, Rico. We still love you.
The fuck. See, Daniel said, and then the next comment right up under it says Barbosa outboxed Catterall, especially
Yes,
late
he
in the
did.
fight. Sonny Edwards called it fair, in my opinion. Yeah, Sonny was like, but the rest of them, it was just like, damn. They gotta work on that, because I don't think you can't be biased like that when you
No, you cannot be biased. You cannot be biased. If we did that, oh Lord have mercy.
Oh, they say we do it. So
they do say that. That's true. They do say that. They do. So what are y'all's thoughts though? I mean, why do you think that Tio, anytime Barbosa says anything, Tio just kind of like brushes him off? Like, I know he made a tweet after like, oh, you got the interim WBO,
yeah.
But what are y'all's thoughts? Why do y'all think he's not giving him any attention?
Teofimo's let me practice the piece I've been doing. Okay. I feel like Tio doesn't want to fight anybody. If we're being honest, I feel like he doesn't want to fight anybody. He just wants to keep his name in the mix and feel important. He's calling out all these fighters being racist and doing all this extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to fight. And I feel like he's calling out the people that he is calling out. He knows those fights are not going to get made. Like, he's calling out Bud Crawford. Like, you're not going to get that fight. So why are you even doing that? You're doing the most. Now I saw him today, before we even came on, he was talking about Bud's father. Like,
yeah, we got to touch on that.
Mm-hmm. I want Tio to fight, but I don't want him to fight in the ring. I want him to fight outside the ring, and I want him to get stomped out. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm working on myself, but I'm not there yet. He need hands and feet to put on him. Sorry.
Yeah, that was.
Tio may not have a choice here of fighting anyone else except for Barbosa, because I feel like he overlooked Barbosa because perhaps Barbosa don't have the name that he want to see as an opponent. However, I don't think he have too many options at this point. No one want to fight the lad because he being very, very silly with the choices he's making.
Right.
And even beyond silly, rather stupid in my own personal opinion. So he need to think clearly. If he want to be a boxer, he need to get in the ring with Barbosa. He truly do.
Yeah, that's true. And I agree.
If he talking about Bud father, look out. I don't put it past Bud to take him outside the ring, just like Miss Nike say.
Yeah. But absolutely. You see, I don't want Bud to do that, because all Tio would do is just sue him and get the money that he's looking for. So
exactly. That's true. That's true. But somebody made a comment about Catterall taking the loss really well, and I respect that too, because we've got a lot that don't, so respect to that. I mean, we got to know how to win, we got to know how to lose with class, and dignity. So yeah, absolutely. But I was gonna actually bring that up too, because today on Twitter X, I was supposed to say Twitter. But somebody wanted us to kind of touch on dads. I made a post about, are there some dads that probably should be shut out, or, whatever. And they wanted us to touch on that. And I was going to bring that up, that, Tio made a little video, and he's like 1 and 2, and, my dad was there, your dad. And I'm like, I personally met Bud's dad like 3 different times, seen him like 3 different times. And I'm not with him all the time, but I've seen it. He's got a dad, so I'm not really sure where that came from.
He's grasping at straws. Like somebody said, Mr. Lopez said he's looking for big money fights. That's what
Yeah.
T was looking for. Where did it
Yeah.
go? Damn, it's all the way up here. I think I
But
skipped.
ain't nobody want to give him those big money fights.
No.
Keyshawn say he don't want to fight him. He not fixing to help him.
Right.
I,
Right.
I don't know who else will at this point. He
He's
acting like
slitting
a
his
damn
own throat.
fool.
Yeah, he's slitting his own throat, to me, in my opinion. But what about dads in boxing? I mean, I'm not going to name any names, but I want y'all's opinion on dads in boxing, and what is the role, or what should the role be? Nika, what do you think about dads in boxing?
Well, it depends on what kind of dad you have in boxing. Okay, I feel like there's several different types of dads. There's dads who are like what they call them, like pageant mom type dads. Like they feel like they're the fighter themselves. They're the ones in the ring. Like they're living vicariously through their children. And I always think that's the worst ones to deal with, because this is, you had your time. Let your child just fly.
Yeah.
A lot
Be
of
a
these
man
dads are
too.
making it worse for their children. I know we're gonna talk about one other dad like later on that's like making it worse for his son. Like you messing up big money fights, money that you probably won't ever see again in your career. So ooh, they're just supposed to be supportive. I feel like just supportive.
Yeah, supportive, not supported.
Yeah. And I do get sometimes the dads are like essential in a way, and they are helpful when they like, if their child is not like their son or daughter are not shit talkers, and then like they come out there and they'll sell the fight for their kid. Like I don't really be mad at that sometimes, because like
Right.
they pull me in.
Right, sure.
But I don't know, it's just these dads, what they doing around in these boxing streets as of lately, they gotta ban the dads. They gotta ban the dads. One in particular we will talk about in a minute, but it's like they gotta ban these dads, man. They doing way too much. Way too much. Like, no.
I agree. Crystal, what about dads, some of these dads that we see in boxing?
Well, I think, I see some beautiful, beautiful relationships with some fathers in the amateur world, especially. These fathers are grooming their children. What come to mind is that Baby Bug. She have one father who is 100% behind her. He pushing for the best. He provide the resources for her to do what she need to do. But then we have over the top fathers, right? And we know through the history this is nothing new. This is coming. This happens at some point. The father is not able to carry them, but the fathers depend on them to make the money because they're supporting the whole family.
Yeah,
While they put their life on the line. And do I think this is good? No, I don't think this is good. I don't, Bill Haney do very well with Devin Haney to a certain point. And then there's a fine line there that, potentially we need to be looking outside the box. Let's start thinking about other potential
trainers.
Coaches, strength and conditioning, all of these things. I think early in the career, it's probably good for them, and it's great to have that support. But later down the road, and especially in the professional world, there's so much out there, so many resources out there. Utilize them so that your whole family is not putting all the eggs in one basket, perhaps.
So I want to read this comment right here. From the greatest. It says, most of the dads are great. I wouldn't replace them. Remember, people die in the ring. Dad is a good corner man. Yes, in some cases, I do agree with that. But then in other cases, I don't. I'm trying to remember the fighter's name. But sometimes your dad thinks you can do something that you really are not able to do in the ring, and they keep you in there too long. They won't, they won't throw in the towel when the towel needs to be thrown in. So it could be
Michael Simmons. Help me with this.
I'm trying to remember the name. This guy, he left his son in there. He
Hispanic, his Mexican guy. Yes, Michael Simmons. He's on here. Who is it? Who is it? Y'all know we saw this fight together.
Yes, because his dad needed to like throw the towel in.
And he
so
did
many
not.
times, and he didn't.
We
What is
knew
it?
him through the amateurs.
He's from Stockton.
Flores?
Flores.
Flores.
It was Flores. He was getting whooped on in there. I'm like, why is his
Yes.
dad not stopping this fight? And he's like, no, you can't quit. You can do that. And I'm just like, no, he need to pull his son
Exactly.
out. He's getting punished in there.
So there's extremes everywhere.
Yeah.
And like Trill said in an earlier comment, he said they can't be the main character. And then HOD wanted to know where Tio was talking about Bud's dad. Will go on to Twitter.
Go on Twitter and go
And
look
the
at your
video's
guys'
there.
tweet.
It's there.
It's there. Oh, it's there. And if
there.
you don't find it, hit me up later and let me know, and I'll send it to you.
And we'll send it to you. And the thing is this too. You can't be the main character. You can't live vicariously. And also you don't, God forgive me, you don't quit your job so your kid can take care of you. You know what I mean? Boxing is very short-lived. If you want to be on the team, get your little paycheck, get your little percentage or whatever, but don't quit your day job. You know what I'm saying? They don't put that on your kid. Yeah. Don't put that on your kid. Period. I'm just saying.
That that is a lot to put on a child. Like, damn, my dad quit his job. Like everything is on me. That's a lot. That's a lot to go in the ring.
It's a lot, and we're gonna get to that. Let's get through some of this other stuff, and then we're gonna get to the main. But I want to give a shout out to Ray Jackson. Ray Jackson been getting that work in the gym.
Oh wait, let me.
You know what I'm saying? You see him back there huffing and puffing. And it's only there to show that he is doing what he's supposed to be doing. And then of course I got the B&B boxing promotion jacket on because B&B.
You can wear that. You can wear that.
I wore that.
I think she probably wore it on purpose when she was training Ray because
when I was down there, a lot of lads was telling me, you be careful with that type of gear on around here.
I'm petty.
So wait, they said Gabe Flores fights tonight actually on Pro Box.
Oh, okay.
If his dad's in his corner, if your son is getting whooped on, don't let him take all that punishment. Like
throw the towel in. Yeah.
Somebody write that in the comments or something.
Yeah, somebody do that. We're talking about y'all right now. We're talking about y'all right now on the show. Tell them. And then congratulations too. I forgot to mention on the Golden Boy card, Kenny Sims returned on the scene. He had an injury. His last fight was canceled, and he was back, and he did a great job. So congratulations to Kenny Sims for that.
Keon Davis.
And Keon. Thank you, Keon. Congratulations, Keon.
See, I missed that
one. But Keon have a second round knockout.
Oh my gosh. Keon is strong. He's strong. He's that long, lean, strong.
I think somebody said early in the chat, but it's all the way scrolling up. I can't find him, but they was like, he gets better with every fight. When we were saying
he does.
Like
I want to say Boxing Yogi said that.
Okay.
That Keon is getting better every fight.
Yeah, yes, that was Yogi. Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do. And that's when you have good coaches. That's what they do, or experienced, seasoned coaches that have been through it, or if they haven't been through it, they have a mentor that can help them. We can't be too prideful in this game. Cannot.
And Keyshawn, his performance was spectacular, but probably part of the reason I wasn't watching very closely with the Golden Boy.
Yeah,
I was still celebrating.
I got you. That's great. That's great, Rodney Yogi. That's good. We also had a little bit of back and forth. We saw an interview with Michaela and Sandy Ryan. Man, let me tell you something, honey. Anybody that wants to come up against Michaela, verbally or physically, my money's on Michaela because she's gangster.
She's a good shit talker.
She is gangster. Listen, I love it.
Oh, let me shout out Matt real quick. Hey, Matt. He interviewed Al Bernstein on Brunch Boxing today. So if you will go ahead and follow Brunch Boxing on Twitter, X, whatever y'all want to call it, the recorded space is on there. So
Yes, well, definitely
Check
a
that out.
swerve back around. That's why Emily wanted him to redo the show, and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it again. I missed it. Let's do it again. No, that's good. That's good. But Crystal and Nika, what did y'all think about that back and forth with Sandy and Michaela?
You know, I live for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, if you are fighting Michaela, you kind of have to be a good shit talker, because she acts like she's from New York. She talks shit like she's from New York. So I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that's not everybody's personality. So I know Sandy's, she looks like she's like defeated in the
She's
interviews.
defeated.
In the interviews when Michaela's just like, she don't even have nothing else. Like she don't have no
There's no
comebacks
comeback.
whatsoever.
There's
But that's not
nothing.
her personality, so I can't be mad at her for it. But when fighters are like that, and then I feel like the other fighter has to carry the weight of the promoting
Yeah.
of the fight.
Yeah. Still
So
the fight, yeah.
I feel like Michaela's the one promoting this fight by herself.
Mhm.
Like she's just really doing it by herself, because
Well,
Sandy
well,
doesn't
the
talk shit
thing
out of her,
is,
and she doesn't even really want to engage with Michaela when she's doing
well,
it.
this is not her first rodeo. If she does not feel like she has any comebacks, I'll be like, I'm not taking an interview. I'll just leave a comment.
But they probably like contractually, you know, have
Yes,
to do
obligated.
this.
I'm
I know she don't
teasing,
want to do
but
it. I could tell she don't want to be up there talking
she
shit.
does not want to be
Michaela.
there. She does not want to be there. Before we get to the news of the hour, so this is just like really random, and I think that we should do it. And I kind of mentioned to the girls, but I think that I don't like to call people like dumb or stupid or anything like that, but I'll just say that the most not very smart post of the week that I saw said Keyshawn needs to move to 147 because he is a weight bully. Ma'am, sir, whoever you were, weight bully? What exactly does that mean? You know, the only sanctioning body that has a hydration clause, I believe, is the IBF. Anybody else, these guys are hydrating back up to 20 pounds, sometimes 30 pounds. You know, weight bully, what exactly does that mean?
But I feel like sometimes it is some weight. I think weight bullies do exist. I do, because there are some fighters, they know they should not be at that weight. They are killing themselves. They're killing them. They be coming on the scales looking like the Crypt Keeper.
But they make it.
I
That's
know,
the
but
thing.
if they're killing themselves, But that means you're naturally not supposed to be fighting at this weight. You're not. Like if you're getting on the scale looking like, if I sneeze on you, you're gonna die. You don't need to be fighting at that weight, my guy.
And I agree with you. I agree with you on that point. But if, in my opinion, if you make the weight, and I hope that people have professionals around them, not everybody does.
Yeah.
Not my problem. I'm sorry for them. You know, just like we're going to talk about what's happening. But if you make the weight and you get on the scale and you sign a contract to fight this guy, then hey, it is what it is. Then to me, you can't be a weight bully because you made the weight. And then whatever you hydrate up to, whatever they hydrate up to, it is what it is. Like, honestly, there's really, in my opinion, no such thing.
Well, we could disagree on that, because I don't, because I feel
think
like
there is weight bullies. I'll tell you that. I
Yeah.
do believe 100% there is weight bullies.
yeah.
And I
See,
think
you're the only one who knows.
It's okay. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
one of them, I will tell you, that come to my mind first. Back in the day, Mr. Fundora.
Okay. Oh, you went mute.
No, that's
Wait,
what I feel like.
Did I hear you? I'm sorry. Did she go mute, Nika?
She should be able to hear her now.
Okay. Sorry, Chris, I couldn't hear you. Okay, so Mr. Fundora.
Mr. Fundora. I think at one point in his life, not too terribly long ago, he in the general world of the boxing, he a weight bully.
See, I feel like what I feel is that you know who you're gonna fight. You signed the contract. You got to be a certain weight per your contract. You get on the scales, you're that weight, whatever you are afterwards, unless it's the IBF. It is what it is. But it's okay, because we see guys and girls, this is what people that have respect do. We can agree to disagree without calling names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of y'all up there
but once
need
you
to
disrespect
take
me,
a
you
lesson.
know I'm gonna call you a booger.
Yeah. Yeah, so take a lesson. Take a lesson right here. Take a lesson. But let's get to
Big B.
good evening, PJ. Good evening. Mwah, mwah.
And the boxing sauce. I want to give a shout out to Big Beezy and Jay Beezy, the boxing sauce. Check him out. Follow his YouTube page.
Absolutely. What's good? Follow his YouTube page. Absolutely. Thanks everybody in the chat. Let's get to the carne. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Man. Nika, I'm gonna let you start, Nika.
Well, let me put this first tweet up here. I think I have to see it right. So here we have allegedly from this account. I don't, right here, it already proves this man tweets from his son's account. I don't know why he just can't make his own account. Like, we know it's you. You say my son. Just make your own account and just, you don't even have to say my son. Just like, we know who you're talking about. Mm-hmm. They poisoned my son. It's the snack work. Shakur massage lady wiped the cream on my son. Oh my fucking God.
Why Shakur massage lady touching your guy?
Yeah, supposedly, right? Because that was the first excuse, right? Mm-hmm. Was this massage cream, because then it turned into no, because he put two different things. They poisoned my son here, and then the massage cream.
Yep.
And
exactly.
This guy was, so let me find the other one. Let's see. That was one. And all right, no, that's not the one. Let me remove it and find it first so I can put it up here in the order.
Yeah, this is all after the fact. After he's already
that was after the fact, because he's trying to take all that stuff back
and made accusations.
All right, so that's the only one that I have right there.
Well, and I'll tell you, I saw some interviews with Mr. Schofield, and he alleged that he had to change into 3 or 4 different Airbnbs, 3 or 4 different rent cars because people were flattening his tires.
So he was already planting the seeds. Already planting the seeds.
Yes. And that somebody planted drugs in his car, and also got his son's passport. Like, I don't know about y'all, I don't keep my passport anywhere.
Was the passport first or the tires?
It was the passport. Well, they got the passport, then they started flattening the tires so they couldn't go to the press conference.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he ripped out some pages where you signed so that Floyd could not get on the plane. And then today, right now, we get this apology.
Yeah. My apologize. I'm gonna read it. I'm reading the way it's written, you guys.
The way it's
my
written.
Apologize for any accusation on my part. The massage lady played no part in Floyd's incident. I want to clear that up. As a parent, I don't know what happened. I just know the people were around Floyd and touched him. I pray all individuals can forgive me. This is when I know it. You done fucked up, right?
Well, this is the thing.
Start apologizing.
Because there's going to be some lawsuits. But this is the thing, too. He said, I just knew the people who were around Floyd and touched him. Who are the people? who are the people, and what people are you going to let touch your fighter, your son? There's so many questions. There's so many holes in the accusations, in the apologies, in everything. And
this was another one here. This was another apology right here.
So
in all due respect, we cannot blame Shakur or his team. I believe Shakur wanted to really fight, kid. We wish Shakur and his team success. I hope we can fight in the near future. All things are forgiven. Oh my God.
What is there to forgive?
Yeah. We cannot blame Shakur. But I hope he's talking about him and his son, because we didn't blame Shakur. You did.
At all.
That's you, buddy. That's you. That's not none of us. Don't put
No,
us in that.
and the thing is too, he also tweeted that if we're well enough, we're going to be in the audience to support the fighters.
Yeah.
Really, really, are you? Is that what you're going to do? That's great. You know, you get a free trip up there. You get to watch these great fights. Well played, sir. Well played. A lot of people were saying the BBC was the one that reported that I guess
BBOC, because the
I'm
BBC is
sorry.
something else.
You're right. The
BBC
sanctioning
is
body
something else,
for
Chrissy.
Saudi Arabia. Thank you, girl. Thank you. The sanctioning body for over there was the one, but allegedly what had happened was they went to Eddie and to whoever else and said, "My son's been poisoned. He doesn't feel good. So of course they're gonna send you to the hospital. They're gonna call it off. You know, obviously, you know, I mean, it is what it is."
Yeah, then he said it wasn't snack either. He made a lot of accusations and he didn't say allegedly or anything like that. So I know that he got threatened with some lawsuits
He
because
did.
boy, he had to come start backpedaling on that bike. hey guys, I just want you to know, it wasn't Shakur or none of that.
And whether you respect Kant, whatever, or not, he made a few statements, and I know he's lawyered up, honey.
Yeah, so but see, when we were talking about dads, I feel like this is a dad that is horrible for their child's career. Like, he did all this, and I feel like he messed up I don't think he's ever gonna, well, no, let me not say that. He might not get another fight. I don't know how much money he was making, but I think this was probably the most he was gonna make in his career. And I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to trust them again to put them on their cards to like think that the fight's gonna go through. So I really
That's
feel
too
like they
much money
fucked up so much.
lost. Yeah,
Okay.
what promoter is gonna do that? Crystal, what kind of dad is
let me
he?
send Matt the
Okay.
link.
Oh, okay. You tell us exactly what he said, Crystal. While we're doing that, what are your thoughts on this whole situation and the dad?
In my personal opinion, for beginners, he need to get his own account. Why he using his own account?
Just like, yes, I agree with y'all.
I think to start with, he need to get his own account so that he can make his own accusations. He can make his own defamations, if you will. Whatever he wants to do, he can do under his own name. Don't use your son account to make these assumptions and then later apologize. This is ridiculous in my book. But
It
you
is.
know, and to be fair, he truly messed up his son potentially complete boxing career, and that is not what you want to see for a young lad like Mr. Kidd. It's not good for him.
And it's cowardly because just in case he says the wrong thing, he's on his son's account. So they're not going to blame him. They're going to blame his son for people that don't realize that it is him, which we all do. But for people that don't realize that, they're going to blame, Kidd, not him. And that's cowardly. Show your face. Get your own account. Say what you want to say. Let your guy run his own account. It's cowardly to me. It really is. And the sad thing is that he may not get an opportunity like this again. He may not.
I can't say that he won't ever, only because there are people like Virgil Ortiz. Not only do he back out once, but he back out twice. So depending on the true cause of the hospitalization, perhaps he will get another opportunity. But when will that be? I don't know. And not for nearly the money that he was fixing to make this weekend.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing, so I like Kidd. I like him a lot. I really do. I've seen him at fights. He's always so respectable. He's a sweet kid. I've interviewed him personally twice. And the 2 interviews that I had, I was like, red flags, because his dad did not let him talk at all. Like, I would ask him a question and his dad, and one day I'm gonna post him. His dad would just jump in and talk, or he would just look at him, and I'm just like, I want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to you. So, but
we have, I don't know how to do the great intros like Matt does.
Hey, Matt.
I'm gonna take a stab at it.
Hey,
This is one of the
hey, lady.
Hi, hi.
Hey, listen, I don't need no introduction. I ain't here to do promo. I'm here for the slander. Okay, I am here to slander Floyd Schofield Sr. because he said a lot worse. So because he was going back and forth. See, a lot of people ain't see it because it wasn't on the timeline. It was in the replies. You had to be in the replies to see the real slander. So he gonna tell Shakur, "You're soft, and we still want to fight your soft self." The British board pulled the fight, not us. You have a very dirty team. Now you fight someone easy, super soft. You will learn about the spiritual realm soon. Only a soft team would poison an opponent. And then he said, you both were cool. Why try to kill him? We supposed to solve things in the rings as boxers. That shit was very foul from your team. And then he tagged Teofimo Lopez and he tagged Javante Davis. He said, y'all be careful. Don't fight Shakur Stevenson because that team is very, very dirty. That
Lawsuits.
is insane.
Lawsuits.
I missed all that. See, I didn't even see all
too.
of that because I ain't really been on Twitter.
Listen,
That's a lot.
I was quick with the screenshots because you know they like to tweet and delete. I was quick
delete,
with the
yes.
But you know what? I have been deleting all my tweets since like the first. Every time I do a tweet and then I delete it, and that's pissing people off. But I don't care.
You do you.
But I see why people do delete tweets because you don't want the back and forth. But in this case, I know why they delete it.
Matt, I need to get like you because I said, no, I saw this tweet and I'm trying to look for it. I'm trying to tell Mike and Crystal and it's gone.
Send me the tweets and they were gone.
I'm like, damn.
Oh,
yeah, I definitely got to get like you.
So he already accused his team of being dirty, that they were trying to kill his son. So yeah, they got lawsuits coming. And do you think that statement that he made on Twitter afterwards, like apologizing, was enough?
No, because it wasn't a real apology.
Yeah.
I heard last night, and I reported it, that Shakur's team were fixing, as Crystal would say, were fixing to do a lawsuit. Okay, they were looking at their legal options, and then I saw that Boxing Scene spoke to his manager a couple hours after, and he said that we are looking at the legal ramifications because you can't just go saying this stuff because people might believe it. So I think a lawsuit is coming because
absolutely
you can't go around saying that they poisoned your son. Like, what are we doing? And he mentioned Snack. He mentioned mystery masseuse. First of all, if a masseuse rub it on me, I ain't complaining. So I don't know what's up with him. I don't know what's up. Listen, we know what really happened. They ain't want to fight. They ain't want to fight. And they lied. Ring Magazine lied. They all lied because somebody lied. Ring Magazine said that the boy was in the hospital Friday. So what the fuck was this bullshit ass video that Floyd Sr. Put out last night? Oh, we're in the hospital because Oscar De La Hoya, and this is how you know Oscar De La Hoya pissed. If you look at Oscar De La Hoya's statement from Golden Boy, he said they were admitted to the hospital for precautionary measures. That means you in and you out, my man. You ain't there on that. Not for no precaution.
Somebody said that in my little circle that he was in there for like 3 hours, and so I'm thinking it was probably some dehydration too, because I don't know any of his people to be nutritionists or that they have hired anybody to take care of things like that. That was my assumption, but that's what I'm hearing. Held up.
Oh wait, we gotta do this bell. It's a big yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Thank you, Twin Munoz. All right, thank you for the super chat. Let me read it out. Okay. Disappointed in Schofield's boxing getting wrong constantly. Give the fans a break and who work best in the long run. Think long term. Ain't seen Schofield pull this grand of an escape since Michael Schofield. Prison Break. Oh, that was a great show too. That's funny that their name kind of sounded like. So thank you for the super
funny. Chat. Matt, we were talking about like dads, like there's good dads in boxing. I mean, like I brought this up earlier, like Errol Spence's dad. I mean, I know him because I know him, but I'm sure that 90% of the boxing folks never even heard him speak. And he's always in the shadows. He wants to support his son, and for his son to be up close, in the spotlight, and he's in the shadows. What are your thoughts on these dads?
So I think for the most part they're good. Listen, there's nothing wrong with a dad being in his son's life. That we should strive for that, especially in our communities.
Yeah.
So my thing is this: as a father, you have to know when you have taken your son as far as you can get him, and it might be time to pull back and let someone else finish the job for you. You did what you had to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's successful. You got him to where he's at. You have to turn it over. And I give Bill Haney credit because Bill Haney, he brings in people to help train Devin all the time because he doesn't know everything there is to know about boxing and strategy and all this stuff. So sometimes he brings in a Mickey Bay
Right.
or Joey Gamache to help out his son.
Yeah.
And I think Floyd Senior, he needs to learn that really, really quickly. Like it's time for
Absolutely.
you to take a step back, get out of the spotlight, and just let your son have his career if he has a career left, because there's no way Oscar De La Hoya is happy about what happened.
Oh, absolutely not. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. And Crystal and I were talking earlier and talking about the thing is he's a coward. Like he's hiding behind his son's account. And somebody made a comment about, kid not being scared of Shakur's pillow fist, whatever. Okay, let's say Shakur has pillow fist. Let's say he does. Let's say Kid Austin hits 10 times harder than him. It's not just about how hard you hit. It's not just about your boxing skill. It's about this right here. And if you don't believe that you can beat somebody, and if your father doesn't believe, and I'm making total assumptions, no, I haven't heard this. I'm just kind of reading the room and reading the things that are going on. Obviously, I can see his dad saying, you know what? We're not going to do this. We're not going to fight this. Maybe somebody, whatever. I could see somebody doing something like that. I really can. I mean, I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying that I could see somebody doing that, because when a father is more interested in his own reputation and the way he looks on social media and everywhere else than his child, he's going to save face in any way that he can. Just saying.
Not only that, what really ticked me off? I don't know if you remember when the video came out about him beating on his girlfriend, wife,
I
whatever
saw
she
that.
is. He made statements about it from his son's account.
From
What
his
the hell are
son's
you doing?
account.
Yeah,
What
he
are you
did.
doing, dude? What are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
this is this kid's professional account. This is his career. This is his image, and you're just tarnishing his image. Part of
exactly.
loving your kid is knowing when to step back, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
you got to step back. You have to step back. You got to get out of the spotlight. Hopefully,
Yes.
this is not the end for Kid Austin, because listen, he's a young kid.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
his fault. His father is who he is.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows the pathology of abusers, who knows what that kid's been through? And I'm gonna
Oh,
put that out there
Stockholm
right then and
syndrome.
there. Yeah, so that kid needs to be emancipated from his father at the end of the day. And I can say
Absolutely.
that because I listen, full disclosure, I grew up around Floyd Schofield Sr. Floyd Schofield Sr. is the father of my nephew, so I'm very familiar with Floyd Schofield Sr. I've known Floyd Schofield Sr. since the early 1990s,
Mm,
so this is just par for the course with him. Now I'm happy that he stayed in this son's life. Congratulations that you
mhm,
found a son whose life you wanted to stay in,
mm.
but you're being more of a detriment to him than you are being helpful. And yeah, I fucking said it.
Mm.
Well, I mean, hey, this is your truth.
Yeah, this is your
You know
truth.
him, and then you hey, get it off your chest, man. I be getting off my chest.
Right. Yeah, that's, but and even with all this stuff going on, Saturday, honey, Saturday is stacked. And I'm here for it. I
I
am
have,
here for
I
it.
have
Let's talk
butterflies in
about it.
me panta.
Are you gonna be laying on the couch watching the fights all day?
What time they start? What time do they start?
I
All
think
right,
it's
let's
like
put the
10
card on the
o'clock.
screen. Let me put this card on the screen. Hold on, because
Yeah, let's put this card on the screen.
so you
It's
can.
so funny. I saw somebody complaining about it too, talking about, but it's all day. I'm like, what? What?
Who can complain about that?
I know. It was on X. I was like, what?
I have to do an amateur show that day, and I'm thinking in my mind, I have to get to this card.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm complaining about it being all day too. Not because I don't love boxing, but because there's an hour in between every fight. Like, make these cards move faster.
I can complain about that. Yeah, I got that.
If you look at, because they put out an actual schedule of all the times of the fights, like each fight is spread out an hour from each other. Boxing is only 36 minutes. So what are you gonna do for them 25 minutes?
Well, that's for us at home when we need to go get us a snack or another drink. You know what I'm saying? Or we need to be on social media in between each fight. You know, they're thinking about us.
Well, I mean, this is a good card though. So I don't know if they don't put all that space in between it. I feel like they should listen to the fans, because if anything I've ever heard the complaints on these cards is this shit is too fucking long.
Well, the concerts and all that. Yeah.
So if they listen to the fans, then it should not be this long. Like,
that's true. You're right.
Wrap it up.
And I think it's only like what, $20? I mean, it's not very expensive from what I'm thinking. I mean, maybe
everybody wants to give.
It's $25.99 in the US.
Okay.
$19.99 in the UK.
Okay. Yeah, hey, 25, it's cool too. But before we start wrapping stuff up, is there anything that y'all want to touch on? Matt, you're the guest tonight.
Well, you want to tell the fans, Matt, about when you're gonna do the brunch boxing, because you're not gonna do it on Saturday morning at 11, which is my favorite time.
Listen, I don't come on other people's
I know, but
just
I don't care. I know
we
that.
want you to.
But I want you to, because
we're gonna come on your show. We're gonna plug our show.
No,
and I love that. And I love that.
I hear it every morning on Saturdays. So.
But listen, forget about that. Listen, I love this Riyadh season card. But later in the night, my guy, El Pantera, Luis Nery is back, baby. Luis Nery, he's going to be fighting Kaisuke Kameda. So y'all check out that fight. I forgot what channel it's on. I'll probably get into y'all later. But he's back. And Frank Sanchez will also be on the card. Frank Sanchez, the heavyweight. Y'all know I love heavyweights. Every time I'm watching heavyweight boxing, I got my hand in my pants, because they do. Listen, heavyweights do something to me that nobody else does. And there's nothing that I love more than big, beefy men slapping me. And we're getting 3 big heavyweight fights this weekend.
I don't know you say this.
Okay.
Yeah, you do love the heavyweights. You do. Well, all right. So we're gonna have to ring this bell for this big super chat. Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know if y'all saw Coach Red's tweets. I mean, not tweets. His comments earlier. He was saying, "Oh, like, Crystal needs a cigarette. He was gonna give me the wine and then Christine the tequila." So, $50. That's cover right there. Yeah. So we appreciate it.
Thank you, Red. Hey, and speaking of Red, so Red will be on the show next Wednesday. With Jamar Talley. He was Team USA. Now he is B&B Boxing. Just won his debut. And so stay tuned for that, because that's gonna be a good one. But you know what, Red? You can still super chat even if you're a guest. Just saying.
Well, they say, look, Ron Boyfriend says, how is the card long when you go to the event live? Is 10-15 fights on a card? No, these fights, well, at least the way they air them, are extremely long. They are. They want to give out cars and
this card on the Saturday have a lot of that, what you call it, mate slapping.
Meat slapping. Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
We were talking about BBC.
Oh yeah.
They have a lot of that.
We're doing the most tonight.
Rider card as well. So I think Mr. Sanchez be beat by a few of these lads on this rider card, correct?
So Frank Sanchez, in his last fight, he lost to Ajit Kabayel, who's fighting Jalay Big Bang Jang.
Big Bang Jang.
First of all, I love that nickname, by the way, Big Bang. That's right up my alley.
You too.
Right up my alley.
Huge. You have to meet him, Matt.
Yes, you do.
See,
Yes, you
look,
do.
you made heavyweight lose a fan. You said he just made me not want to watch heavyweight boxing.
Oh no,
Okay.
Iceman, say it ain't so.
Look what
Say
you
it
did,
ain't
man. Look
so.
what you did. We trying to get
That's
more fans for boxing. Look what you did.
that's funny.
Oh, all
That's
right.
funny. So Crystal Nika, what y'all got to say before we
Are you fixing to give us your picks for that card? I think we have to
Oh,
run down to that card. Tell me who you
Okay.
oh
have.
gosh. Oh.
All right. So let's see. Well, okay. So I go first. I'm gonna go with Daniel Dubois. We don't have the updated version of who's
So
who is fighting.
Shakur Stevenson is fighting Josh Padley. He's from the UK, 15 and
Yeah.
0 with 4
The
knockouts. He's not
electrician.
good. He's not good. Yeah, he's not good. He's not
So
good.
we're gonna go with Shakur. Then I'm gonna go with Adames. I'm sorry. I know I like Virgil. I'm a fan of Virgil, but I don't know. Something's telling me that I'm gonna win. I don't know. That's my pick. Sorry. I'm gonna go with I don't know how to say his name. What's his last name? What's it? What? How do you say his name? Josh?
Adric Caballero.
No.
I think she's looking at Joshua.
I'm trying to, yeah, because I don't have my glasses on. But I don't want to chop up his name. And you always say everybody's name correctly, man.
Yeah, you do.
I don't
You're
want to.
good about
I don't
that.
know if I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with him though. And then Big Bang Jang.
She's talking about Joshua Buatsi.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna chop his name up.
Not Benitez. Not Benitez.
But Buatsi. There you go. All right, and Big Bang Jang. So you go ahead, Krista.
I want to hear who Matt have.
So are you gonna pick regard of that?
So listen, I'm gonna go from the bottom up.
Oh wait,
I need to start with the meat. I gotta
Oh
start
my.
with
Lord.
the heavyweights. Listen, Big Bang Jang, that's my guy. I love Big Bang Jang, but I think he is a tad bit too slow for Adric Caballero. I think Caballero is gonna do some body work, so I think Caballero is gonna win. I'm taking Joshua Buatsi over Callum Smith. I think Callum Smith is washed, and he's been washed for many years because he was cutting down to 168 for too long, and I think his body just don't have it anymore. I'm going to go with Virgil Ortiz to beat Israel Madrimov. Not only do I think he's going to beat him, I think he's going to steamroll him. I don't think Israel Madrimov is that good. You let a 147-pound guy come up and take your title, and you only threw 275 punches? You threw 275 punches against a smaller guy and let that man take your title. I don't respect that. I don't think he had the heart to fuck with somebody like Virgil Ortiz, who you know is gonna bring it every single time. Shout out to Virgil Ortiz.
You know what? Can I say this? And Virgil's my guy. Okay, I'm going. I have my picks too, but could that be detrimental to Virgil because he's gonna come and bring it, and then he might get caught with something crazy.
Listen, hey, that's why they fight the fights. We'll find out, you know. But I look at it this way, right? We saw what Virgil's made of. Virgil got dropped. He got back up and he ain't stopped coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my kind of fighter. Because it's not what Rocky said. It's not about how hard you get hit. No, it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit and you keep coming back. Virgil kept coming back. Now, when it comes to Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shiraz, I'm going with Carlos Adames. Okay, I gotta represent my Dominicans. Shout out to Carlos Adames. Yeah, que lo que. Yeah, tu sabe. All right, now I gotta go with Daniel Dubois, the most violent man in all of boxing. And in the main event, I'm taking Artur Beterbiev to this time stop Dmitry Bivol. He's a full year removed from his knee injury. He's fully healed. He's going to have better movement, and I think he's going to catch up to Bivol a lot sooner than what he did in the first fight. Artur Beterbiev, the king of the light heavyweight division, he's going to stop Dmitry Bivol.
And I love that, the way you say it, because I'm like, better Bill.
Yeah, I didn't get my pick for that one, but that's who I have too. everybody says a difference. Better BF I hear, and then I hear the way
Better
how
be.
you say it, Matt. You say it different than better be.
He says it right.
He says better. What do you say? Oh my god.
It's Baturbiev.
He
Better.
says it
I was
right.
not saying it like that. Better. Okay. Ooh, I be trying to
Crystal,
be.
you're next.
I'm
Nika,
so tired.
Nika, after Crystal goes, do you have mine? Because I think I sent it to you.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
but I didn't
Oh, that's okay. That's
I
okay.
didn't add it to the slide though.
Okay, that's okay.
I
Okay,
think
Crystal, you gonna go?
yeah. Sure, I'll go. So I will start at the what you call it, at the bottom with the mate slappers.
The
So
staff. Oh my god, we are. You know what? We all grown in here. If you have kids, they should not be on YouTube watching.
well, otherwise he
Keep
called
it
them
right.
glizzers, glizzers or something. He like that.
Glizzies.
Yeah, glizzies. Yeah. Anyway, I love Mr. Zhang. I really like this fight for him. I think this is a good fight for him, but I have Ajit. I think Ajit will take that one. That's my pick. And then when it comes to Wouty and Callum Smith, I'm rolling with Smith. If we recall, Smith fight Bitbiev and he fight Canelo. There's only 2 losses he have, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I'll
Yeah.
go with Callum Smith. If Wouty beat him, I would say someone I speak to today tell me if Bouty beat him, they think that Bouty is who he proclaimed to be, and that is a fair statement. I can believe that. So I'm going with Callum Smith, but I think that would be a tough fight for Callum. And if Bouty beat him, I will be a new believer. As far as Madrimov with Virgil Ortiz, I do have Madrimov, and it's not because Bud beat him. Okay, let's be real here. I think
That's what they were gonna say. That's what they were gonna tell you. Yeah.
Of course. They're gonna,
They know
yeah.
you're a big
you already say that in the comments. But let me tell you, I think Madrimov, I just think that he have the power, and Virgil will try to take that fight on the inside. If he take that fight on the inside, I think that would be dangerous for him, especially if Madrimov go to the body. If he go to the body, I think he will take Virgil Ortiz out sooner than we want him to be. Otherwise, if Virgil Ortiz use his feet work, we might get a decision there, but I think I'm leaning towards Madrimov on that one. Adames and Shiraz, I think Shiraz will take Adames. I think he passed he prime, and I think Shiraz is right there in he prime, and I think Shiraz will take that one. Clearly, I think Shakur will win. We all expect Shakur to win. If Shakur don't win, we have an issue here, right? Regardless of the opponent at this point. I do hear, and perhaps Matt can clarify this, the new opponent, Mr. Padley, he rated a little bit higher than Schofield.
I saw that. I saw somebody tweet that, but I don't.
Yeah, I
I
hear
didn't-
that, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So the
That
next
doesn't
one,
always mean anything.
that is true. It don't, but
Yeah.
He's ranked one spot higher in
okay.
the WBC. Like Schofield's 13 in WBC and Padley's 12 in the WBC. But he's not good. I've seen
Okay.
not good. Trust me when I
So-
tell you, Padley sucks.
Well,
But he's not
he is
higher.
newer.
He's not higher than Schofield. No, Schofield number 2 in the WBA, but Padley sucks. This is a nothing fight. So,
I mean,
so
but
don't even waste brain cells on it.
I saw people saying that like
I don't yet.
they kind of blaming this on Shakur. Like he don't have no control if the opponent coming in like last minute. Like they have to. This is 4 days notice. So
Yeah. He just lucky he can get into the ring.
Is it 4 days notice?
no,
though?
no, it's not. No,
Is it?
because it didn't happen. When they didn't start looking like on
Saying that this kid was sick on Friday?
on Friday.
They had to know something was up.
Yeah.
The ring said he was sick on Friday. The father said he was sick. Somebody lying. So either they had notice and they could have probably got a better opponent, or I don't know, man. Listen, this fight
I will say that a good matchmaker is gonna have someone on the back burner in almost every situation because you never know what's gonna happen. Not necessarily they have people sometimes, you know. You just never know.
They
You just
do.
never know.
Yeah. So I think Parker would take Dubois. That's my opinion on that one. I'll be shocked if you don't. And then this bitter Biev and Bivol business. I tell you, I was 100% Bivol in the first bout, and
Yeah, I remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I even think he edged out the draw, right? But I will also say I have a hard time believing in him when he give up the last championship rounds, right? And so I have a hard time with that. So my heart tells me I have to go with Bitabiev, even though I truly want to see Bivol pull this out. But I think Bitabiev will probably take him. So if I have to pick, or if I have to put the monies on it, I'll put the monies on the Bitabiev.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll go quickly through mine. So main event, I'm gonna start from the top to the bottom. Better Biv, got Better Biv. Next, I got Joseph Parker. Next, Shakur Stevenson, easy. I have Carlos Adames. You know, and I say Virgil is my guy, and I do. He is my guy. He's strong. You know, he is tough. But I'm kind of worried, like Crystal said, and like I stated before, about him jumping in there. And I wanted to go toe to toe and getting caught. And so I have to go with Majimov on this. I got Zhang, and I've got Butse. Butse? Is that how you pronounce his name? Boatsy.
Buwabsi.
Boatsy. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Those are my picks. I do have we got a little pot going in my family. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. I got the ding, ding. All right. Thank you. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much, Boxing Wave, for the super chat. Let me read it out. Shakur said he was on the elevator with Floyd's dad earlier yesterday, and his dad told him Floyd was sick and he may need a replacement. 2 hours later, he got the call. Okay.
Interesting. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate you so much, Boxing Wave. We do. So I want to go around and last words. I'm gonna be a little petty tonight, but
Are you?
Not too petty. You know, not too petty. Just a little baby bit. So Matt, you're the guest tonight. Any last words for the chat and the fans?
Yes. My last word for the chat and the fans is make sure y'all support the ladies, Crystal, Nika, Christine, Women Crushing It Wednesday. They are the queens of this boxing talk, okay? And I want y'all to understand that nobody does it better than them, okay? That's
This is getting clipped.
Oh, thank you so much, man. We love you.
Yes, absolutely. Crystal, what you got, girl?
Of course, I have to promote some of the amateur boxing. Get out there and watch some of these Golden Glove tournaments. They're good. See the next generation, the next future that we shall support. And wishfully we'll see in the ring soon in the professional world as well. So,
absolutely. HOD, we're going to choke you. Nika.
I want to thank the chat and everybody for tuning in tonight, and for Matt, gracing us with his presence and giving us all the stuff that we missed online. That's how I'm getting. I'm missing stuff online. So, and then I was gonna be petty. Well, I'm getting better, y'all.
You're good.
Better, because I was gonna get up here and talk about some chupacabras and boogers and boxing, but I was like, I've been getting good energy, so I'm gonna chill and just wish everybody a great night and drink your water and mind your business. And yeah.
I love it. I love it. So I'm just gonna be the little petty princess tonight, but not too bad. Just a little bit, because yesterday I thought it was really funny. Like I made a post and I made some comments about boxing because that's what I do, and I was told to shut the up, number one. And I was also told to STFU and go wash some dishes. Well, hi, joke's on you. I washed dishes before I got on Twitter. So that had already been done. And then I was told to shut my illiterate ass up. So I have a story to tell. Before I got here on earth, the Lord and I had a conversation. And he said, Christine, when you're born, you're going to have a lot of talents. You're going to be a badass. So you're going to have to pick a struggle. And I said, okay, Lord, what are my options? And he said, you can either be ugly or you can be illiterate. And obviously, I chose to be illiterate. And thank God I didn't grow up trying to be somebody's teacher, because y'all's kids would be stupid. So that's not an insult for me. You know, I picked my struggle.
Well, you know,
there we go.
Let me tell you, I am growing because I'm. Had I seen this, like, before, you know, in 2024, I would have jumped in and I would have told this person to choke on a dick. You know, I would have said some crazy things to this person.
You know what? It's all good.
So
it's
I'm
funny.
growing. I'm growing. I'm growing.
You are growing, and I love it. And you know what?
You know what they
I think
say?
it's so,
They
it's
say
so
that
funny.
place is not real.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
these trolls and these, like, because there's a lot of men on Twitter that hate women. They just really hate women. I don't know what it is. They hate women so much. It's like, wow. And so that's why when you say things and they are so quick to shut the fuck up, get back in the kitchen, go wash dishes, and
God bless them.
I am growing.
God bless them. You are growing. We're so proud of you.
A little
We're
bit
so
of me
proud of
want to
you.
go back now and still say it, but I'm with you.
No, it's funny. It's funny. I told him I picked my struggle. We good. We good. I chose this. I chose to be illiterate. But anyway, I love you all, my ladies. Matt, love you all. The chat. Oh my God, we have the best chat in the world. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for the super chats. We'll be back next week, like I said, with Jamar Talley and Coach Red. Ooh, 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 ooh. So let's get ready. Love y'all. Have a good night. We love to love you.
Bye.